Good day, friends. And finally, the day has come. Boomerang is out. My name is Jerry Kerinen, and I'm a personal development coach. What does a personal development coach do? I seek to encourage personal growth by looking at how relationships affect how you relate to yourself, how you relate with others, and how you relate with the world around you. So you might be wondering, why am I doing this? I'll begin by telling you a story. My story. What I call the rude awakening. A few weeks ago, I went through the most harrowing experience. Of course, it was relational. And it forced me to ask myself a couple of questions. First of all, who am I? Why am I here? And what am I supposed to be doing with my life? And as I looked back into my past, I realized for majority of my adult life, I've had a series of relationships that start off well, end in disaster. Others just do not become fulfilling relationships. And I asked, what is the main cause? Why am I finding myself in this pattern that keeps repeating? So I took a list. I was like, okay, let me write everybody that I have concerned with in my life. So and so. So I have this list. And I looked at each relationship and I was like, at what point did this break? Why did it break? What happened? Some I dismissed, some I blocked, some are like, Turtles, I've had enough of you, please tafadhali. But I was still unhappy with the outcome of each of those relationships. Because can you imagine, you disagree with somebody, you walk into a social establishment because you want to go and have something nice to eat, and then you find them. And the first thing is, there she is, there he is. I mean, is that how to live life? So I said, let me go back, look at all these relationships. What was a common characteristic amongst all these people? I found that many of them tended to be needy to some extent. Many of them also felt like they did not belong and they found me to be a good friend. Many of them had issues with their parents, mothers, fathers, and I was just the natural fit as a friend. But each time I related with them, they were feeding off something. It was my generosity of my time, or sitting down and having a good meal together, inviting them home, going to their place, always being there, being very loyal. And after doing that with the majority of them and not getting anything back in return, I'd get offended. I'll be like, I'm always giving, and I'm not getting anything back. Why don't they think that they need to do the same? And then I'll start resenting them. Then it will build up. Then one day, nuclear bomb. I'm done with you. Goodbye. Go look for your mother. I don't want to see you again. I never, ever want to see you again. And yet we're adults. Is that how things end? It's like we're in the school, nursery school playground, and that's how we deal. So I sat back and I said, where can I get information about people with certain characteristics? So, of course, I went to the internet. And I was like, this kind of person. Narcissists. I found a label. All these people were narcissists, according to the internet. And I was like, I've been surrounded by narcissists. Why is it that I keep looking for narcissists, and why do they keep looking for me? Why can't I just meet another empath? Because I'm an empath, according to the internet. Empaths are those who just give and love the whole world. Why can't I just meet another empath like me who just give back as much as I'm giving them? And so I bunched all of them in, put them in a basket, and I was like, these are narcissists. And when I went to the internet and I was like, how do you deal with narcissists? What are they like? I discovered there's so many out there. So many narcissists. And everywhere else I was looking for advice, the thing they would say is, get rid of them. Dismiss them. Narcissists have no hope. Really. And as I resented them more, I became contemptuous. I was like, there's a bunch of narcissists that I've been relating with, and I'm the better person because I don't do what they do. Not recognizing that I had a role to play in encouraging that behavior. Because I would not make my needs known. I would not put the boundaries. I'll just be giving, going. how was it that I expected them to give back to me if I did not ask? So I did have a role to play. And when I recognized my pride, then I had to let go of somebody that I've known for a long time and I've known them very well. Introducing you to Bobo. Bobo is a stallion, majestic, beautiful coat. He's a racehorse, an American saddleback to be exact. That's my high horse. I was sitting on this high horse, looking down at everybody and saying, I'm better. She did that. Oh gosh, I can't do that. That's not me. Not recognizing that they're humans just like I am. So as I went deep into my past, into my childhood to trace where are the challenges, how did I develop this identity of the eternal giver? It was a false identity. For me to let go of this false identity as I seek to find my true self, I had to get off Bobo. And I said, okay, Bobo, it's time to say goodbye. So then I recognized I need to jump off this horse. So I said, Bobo, I need to get off. And he was like, jump. And I said, no, I can't jump. I'm going to shatter my legs. He said, well. Then I said, Bobo, please, can you just kneel down? It'll make it easier for me to get off. And he said, nay. And I had no choice but to figure out what to do. So then I said, okay, I can make this easier. Perhaps if I swing around Bobo's neck, then I'll be able to put my right foot down. And once I've touched the ground, then I can take the other foot and get down easily, like a lady. So I said, let me swing. So I took my arms, put them around Bobo's neck, and I swung 1, 2, 3, and then whoo! I just landed back onto the left side and back on the saddle. There was no easy way to do this. I just had to get off Bobo. So then I said, can somebody bring me a ladder, please? No ladder was forthcoming. So I said, okay, Bobo, I need to let go. What do I do? What do I do? He told me, you just got to drop and roll. Darling, drop and roll. I said, okay, fine then. Let me just drop and roll and see where this takes me. And I dropped. And I went down this rabbit hole. Now, I've only been on a roller coaster once in my life. And after I did that, I swore, never again. On a roller coaster, you go and your glasses just keep falling off. I said, never again. But when I went down this rabbit hole, that was the second roller coaster I had been on. And it was even more rough than the first one. And as I went down this rabbit hole, I had to do some deep introspection. And what I learned along the way has challenged my attitude. It has challenged my reactions towards people. It has challenged what I thought I know about people. It has challenged my approach to people. And I've realized if I do not find a way of learning to relate with people, irrespective of the challenges they have, then I cannot lead a fulfilling life. And so I had to say goodbye to Bobo. The question is, what exactly did I learn after I got off Bobo? So what did I learn when I went down that rabbit hole? If I was to attempt to tell you everything I have learned, we'll be here for hours. So I'm going to break down these lessons in several episodes. And there'll be opportunities to learn more using other forums, which I shall announce later. But I can summarize what I learned from Bobo, or getting off Bobo, in 4. Number 1, doing the deep dive, introspecting, is difficult. It'll challenge you beyond what you expected. But you have to be brave to do it. What does it mean to be brave? Being brave is showing up and doing the difficult thing time and time again until you arrive at your destination. But in order for you to be brave, you need to be vulnerable. And that's what I'm doing here, opening up about my own experiences so that I can share with somebody else who's going through the same. And lastly, the reason why I'm doing this is because I realized I'm on an island. I don't live on an island. I'm relating with people on a daily basis. I'm tired of having a list of people I have known in the past that I don't see eye to eye with anymore because it doesn't do anybody any good. And so this is why Boomerang exists. so that I can share from personal experiences the things that I have learned. I can give you practical examples of what I'm trying to illustrate in terms of how relationships affect your life. I will be able to share with you how I changed my attitude, how I learned new ways of doing things, new ways of reacting to people's actions, and how that is beginning to make a positive impact in my life and improving my overall well-being. That's what I want to share with you.